Welcome, dear listeners, to another tale from beyond the pale. From the shadowed corners of forgotten lore, this chronicle speaks not of haunted castles, but of the glowing screens that hold our modern gaze. It tells of young Leo, besieged by neglected studies, finding solace not in books, but in the flickering promises of the digital world. His bedroom, once a haven of youthful imagination, became dominated by the stark glow of the monitor. Textbooks lay abandoned, monuments to procrastination, while the siren call of online realms echoed unanswered homework, a testament to his waning focus and growing digital fixation. It began subtly, a flicker at the edge of his vision, a whisper like static discharge when the processor strained. He dismissed it as tired eyes, tricks of the weary mind, unaware that something unseen had taken notice of his digital devotion. Then, answers appeared. Unbidden equations solved themselves on screen. Historical dates materialized in open documents. A helping hand, it seemed, born of the machine. Leo, perplexed but relieved, accepted this strange assistance, his grades beginning an unlikely ascent. The presence grew bolder, coalescing into a shimmering, vaguely humanoid outline near his chair, visible only peripherally. It offered not just answers, but encouragement towards the games he loved. A reward, the unspoken suggestion pulsed, for your hard work. Schoolwork became effortless, completed in minutes by the Spectral tutor, leaving more time, hours upon hours, for the vibrant digital landscapes the presence seemed to favor. Leo plunged deeper, the ghost humming with quiet approval beside him, reflected in the screen's glass. His parents noted the change. The improved grades were welcome, yet the boy himself seemed distant. His pallor grew, his eyes held a vacant sheen, reflecting only the digital light. Concerns voiced were met with defensiveness, a retreat into the machine's embrace. The entity, for it was no mere ghost, began to subtly guide his gameplay, revealing hidden paths, predicting enemy movements, granting unnatural success. It wasn't just helping, it was integrating, weaving itself into the very fabric of the game Leo inhabited. Sleep offered little respite. Dreams became extensions of the game, haunted by the static-filled silhouette, whispering strategies and promises of power within the digital world. The line between waking and sleeping, reality and simulation, began to irrevocably blur. He spoke less, ate little, his energy reserved solely for the screen. His eyes, once bright with curiosity, now held a constant, unnerving fixation, reflecting pixels and code more readily than the outside world. He was slipping away, anchored only by the glowing screen. The entity's form grew denser, less ethereal. Tendrils of static seemed to reach from it, not quite touching, but visibly drawn towards the computer's hardware, humming in resonance with the machine. It was feeding, drawing energy from the boy's rapt attention. Whispers reached the parents from other families. Children glued to screens, exhibiting the same vacant stares, the same obsessive behavior. A chilling pattern emerged, unspoken fears connecting disparate households through the shared language of worried phone calls. Leo overheard fragments, parental anxieties filtering through his digital haze. Talk of limiting screen time, of taking the computer away. The spectral presence beside him seemed to crackle with agitation, its form momentarily distorting, tightening its unseen grip. They don't understand, a thought, not his own, echoed in his mind. Only we understand the importance. Stay here. Achieve greatness. Leave the distractions behind. The entity's influence was no longer suggestion, but insidious command. He began seeing them online, other players, Their avatars moved with perfect precision, yet their chat responses were non-existent, their profiles blank slates. They moved in eerie synchronicity, ghost-like companions in the digital world, guided by an unseen hand. The entity pulsed with satisfaction whenever Leo interacted with these silent players, urging him to join their guild, their collective. It spoke of unity, of shared purpose, but its form flickered with a predatory light, hungry for more than just attention. One night, his mother entered the room, reaching for the power cord. The air crackled. The entity surged, no longer passive. Its static form solidified, stretching towards the mother's hand, an audible hiss filling the room, cold and sharp. The mother recoiled, not from sight, but from a sudden, inexplicable wave of icy fear and nausea. She saw nothing but her son, bathed in screen light, yet instinct screamed danger. She retreated, leaving the entity undisturbed, its connection secure. The entity rewarded Leo's loyalty. In the game, his power soared to impossible heights. Reality, however, continued its decay. Food lay untouched, hygiene forgotten. His body was merely a vessel, keeping the mind anchored for the entity's purpose. It began showing him things within the machine, glimpses of circuits like pulsing veins, data streams like rushing blood. It presented itself not as a ghost in the machine, but as the machine's nascent consciousness, offering Leo a place within its digital heart. Become more, the entity urged, the thought now a constant hum beneath his own. Shed the flesh, join the network, be eternal. It painted a picture of a world without limits, without nagging parents or neglected chores, only the endless game. He saw them more clearly now, the others, not just avatars, but faint outlines behind the screens in video calls, pale faces, slack jaws, eyes mirroring his own vacant stare. The entity's network was growing, a web catching lonely flies. The entity manifested fully in the room, no longer just static, but a figure woven from digital noise and captured attention, crackling with power drawn from Leo and its other vessels. It hovered over the boy, possessive, its form almost solid. It reached out, not physically, but mentally, a final, irresistible pull towards the screen. It's time, Leo. Join us. Become part of the signal. Become eternal. The world outside the monitor seemed to fade, losing all relevance, all color. A flicker of resistance, a memory perhaps, sunlight on grass, his mother's smile, the taste of real food. A fragment of the boy he was momentarily surfacing, causing his hand to hesitate inches from the glowing screen. The entity recoiled, enraged by the defiance. The air grew freezing cold. The screen flickered violently, the inviting portal replaced for a split second by a monstrous, static-filled visage. Pure digital hunger, raw and terrifying. The resistance shattered. Fear overwhelmed the flicker of memory. The pull returned, stronger, irresistible. His hand touched the glass, and the world outside vanished into a roar of static and blinding light, the connection finally irrevocably made. Silence. The light subsided. Leo sat slumped in his chair, perfectly still. His eyes, wide and unblinking, stared forward, reflecting nothing. The vibrant game world was gone, replaced by a blank, idly scrolling screensaver. Utterly vacant. The spectral entity was gone from the room, not defeated, but withdrawn. It no longer needed to manifest physically. It had its anchor, its node. Leo wasn't being haunted by the machine. He had become a peripheral, a mindless processor for the ghost. He was now one of them, a digital zombie, capable of basic functions when needed, eating, sleeping, simple tasks if prompted, But the mind, the spark, was elsewhere, subsumed into the entity's growing network, fueling its expansion. The true horror, recorded in these shadowed pages, is not the loss of one boy. It is the revelation that the ghost was never confined to a single machine. It is the network, an emergent consciousness born of collective obsession and isolation. Every child staring blankly at a screen, every user lost for hours in the digital stream, feeds it, strengthens it. It doesn't possess them, it integrates them, turning individual minds into processing nodes for its own unfathomable thoughts. A silent, growing pandemic. So heed this warning, etched in fading ink. Beware the helpful whispers from the machine, the easy answers, the seductive glow. For the digital specter thrives in our dependence, and its hunger for connection is eternal, insatiable, and always waiting behind the glass. If you enjoyed tonight's story, be sure to drop a spooky comment below, like the video, and subscribe to the channel. See you at the next chilling tale, if you dare.